Thank you so much. Good morning. First, I'd like to thank Fernando making all a great effort to prepare this important event. We are assumed to come next year, but I think he has something in mind, a good preparation that Dr. Duen and Annie said that we should come to learn what UP and Manila and Philippines has been doing on this. And particular thanks to two very important, unique guests today. It's Ken. I met Ken many years ago, and I know he had been in a miniature house, very, very high end, and so great that you can come in a rainy day, you know. And also another of my good friend Anne, and her son, Anne is actually helping my mom when she was in her health situation 11 years ago. Now she bring her son here because they want to study public health in the near future. So important, Fernando, you meet them later on. I am very happy to meet you here in 15 minutes. Actually, health literacy, when we started in 2012, I thought it might be easy, so why not pick up an easy topic? And unfortunately, I find it so complicated. Health literacy, just 2 words. We study health for a long time. We study literature since young. But when we put two things together, they become very, very complicated. Now, Annie talk about AI, and I am now the president of Taiwan Health Literacy Association. You know, we have a lot of companies in Taiwan produce AI chips. So, because Taiwan's a TAI to start with, so that we have some genetic advantage of doing AI. I hope so. Health literacy is not only knowing health, get more knowledge, it's action. I like Tuan talk about that. Now, we have this, right? We have 1,000 years in our civilization. We know it's almost 1110, but it could be in New York. It means differently in different parts of the world, even that. And we have to make it standardized, right? If your time and my time is 10 minutes up and down, it doesn't make sense. Very simple things, we have to make it standardized. We have to understand each other. What is 10 minutes left? Is 10 more minutes or something else? So even very simple things, communication would be still essential. Whatever the tool we have AI, we have others. Okay, now back to a little bit. This picture was taken 2017, almost 10 years ago, in some of the setting, thanks to Carmen. Where is Carmen? Thanks to Carmen, who is Vice Minister of Health by the time, and ACLA office. We are very happy Philippines would take such early, important, strong action to set up this, and I know that later you have a national survey, first national survey in Philippines, and come up very, very important message. I was helping, as a worker, working in the gardener. You should call me Peter Gardener. I'm putting the seeds. I'm very happy to putting the seeds. So next year in Manila, when we have a certain ACLA, we're going to see a lot of fruit, April and hala, right? Okay, now I am assumed to talk about environment and climate change. And health literacy definition, thanks to Duen and Annie and Fernando, already we know how to get that. But it was not new. It was not totally new. There was a gentleman, a scholar, Wang Yangming in 1500, it's about 5 centuries ago. He said that knowledge and action are most important, and action even more important than knowledge. Knowledge including action. So when you tell something, you need to say, okay, quick, yes, I agree. Quick, no, I reject. I have a comment. So now we use AI. To the end of it, I said that, do you agree? Do you want to know more about Fernando? Do you want to know more about health literacy? It's action. So knowledge needs to take action inside. And without action, knowledge is not so important, use it. So practice, then preaches. So professor like us, we talk a lot, but if we don't practice, then the student will not follow, right? So as a scholar, teaching, practice. Another lady, Florence Nightingale, I know the College of Nursing is right around here. She was not only the first pioneer modern nurse, but also the pioneer in hospital healthcare management. She said that, actually 1850, long ago, she said patient be active participant. The patient should not be just lying there, just be waiting. They have to be actively involved in the healing practice. So we educate the public on home. Now in Taiwan, in many parts of the world, Canada, Australia, we start to not collect a lot of patients in the hospital. We want to take care of them when they are at home. We want to make them environmentally friendly. And also educate careful, simple, and direct communication, ensure patient and the caregiver understood the necessary action. And so this is a model. When we teaching our students, our staff, how to make health communication better. That was already mentioned in 1850. So, but we still learning how to make that. Now back to the environment. It's you know, we Philippines and Taipei, Kaohsiung, I live in, we share the same water, but also we share the same typhoon. And we share even bigger one, right? You start from a small cake, we become a bigger party. So this is in our areas one. And the first thing is that, are we aware of that? Thanks to your warming system, right? I really happy to see we can experience. In Taiwan, we have a lot of warming on earthquake, right? And you have a lot of warming on flooding. That's very important for climate. We need to understand. We need to have a sense that really happened. Thanks to Carmen, she told me that when you come to land in Manila, bring the umbrella. Yes, I did bring the umbrella. So, and health literacy is part of the umbrella. Health literacy is an umbrella for our daily living, for our future climate change. So there are many environment issues. I check AI said that in Philippines, people in Philippines think about what are important environment issues. Plastic pollution, extreme weather climate, deforestation, land. We share all this with many other countries. And we also have a very dangerous survey to do and promoting a report back. And there's a lot of environment issues. We are not only teaching in the classroom. Actually, we read the newspaper, we see that in the social media. And most important, we need to be aware it is coming. And then how to take action. I was very happy to see your the back, this one. Not only labor, but there's a small things. They bring this cap with the bottle. And not this one, but another one I enjoy seeing that. So that is very sensitive. Otherwise, you throw the cap away and make it very complicated. And also, they need to be recycled. You put a financial measurement to take it back to going back to recycle, and that is one of the financial mechanisms. So health literacy on the environment is a knowledge and skill to manage health issues and affairs. And there are many measures. Do we have enough of these actions? No, we don't have enough, right? We still have a lot of this in our beach, and this is good, but not so good. Because you see on every corner of the street, village or in the city, you see a lot of these sort of open. There's a lot of open bottles. So even we have a mechanism to correct it, one small penny things, but still a lot are open of this bottle, and they never disappear. They will stay with us. Someone is trying to create it, make it green. I think it's good, but not good enough. We don't do it every day. We only do sometime. We only do, there was a sponsor. It's not, people are not aware of these plastic bottles would be our big enemies. All right, climate change, air pollutions. Every time when Taiwan we have election, when we have election, I don't know about Philippines. When we have election, there was a battle about who make the air quality so bad. And so anyone sitting in the position will be criticized. Why you didn't clean up the air? And everyone point, oh, he and she didn't do that. Actually, we all fail to protect our environment. So there was something I used to talk about in our daily. How many people try to use a carpool? Right, 2-3 people, if they can drive together, save a lot of energy, right? And also, people driving together is a lot of fun.
Right.
Very, very socially healthy, right? If people is only driving alone and 1 hour isolated and have to call by phone when the driving is not healthy at all. So, but unfortunately, many director of the institution didn't think about even my institution. I was saying, can we drive together? We save a lot of energy and make our working environment more happiness. But unfortunately, and bicycle, I don't know, can you drive a bicycle easily, friendly, safely in Manila? I don't know. I'd like to try. You know, when we come to ACLA conference, I hope we can drive bicycle to the conference venue. I don't know where will be the venue, but anyway, if we can walk to the venue, if we can drive bicycle or together, that'll be fun. So air pollution is really everybody's business, and we couldn't help it there. So there's a lot of climate change issues around us. How are we going to take action? Actually, most of people know the problem, but very, very little solution. And we have to create solution. And that's the reason we have to offer courses. We have to provide training workshop, and we have to encourage, incentive, new ideas to do environmental solution, right? It's a part of health literacy. Health literacy is not only just knowing, we have to do some solution. And hopefully many people will come up with good idea to find it. So there's climate actions, you can see mitigation, etc. Okay. Now, there's some examples start to come out, and we have to learn from each other. That's the reason we have an international conference. We see good example from each other. But Taiwan has this kind of climate change. I find Taipei is even warmer than Manila. I don't know why. Maybe we forget something, right? So we have a warming of our high temperature, and when there's a high temperature, people walking under the sun, really they go in heat stroke, very dangerous. And in India, they have a lot of issues, and Australia have an example. So we now have to use our new modern technology, use monitoring, use the AI, etc. to give alarming, right? So this is early warning, workforce literacy, co-design messaging, institute standard. Let me come to the last one. Most of the students like this sentence. This is the last one, right? And most important thing you have to remember. We need to build up awareness and consensus. Why I think health literacy has a good future. In the hospital, doctor do not work with the nurse. Nurse doesn't talk with the pharmacist. The pharmacist doesn't talk with our social workers. But when you talk about health literacy, all different departments, they start to sing together. They become a team. So I like to promote health literacy, that we have a different horizontal to work together as a team. It's awareness. Because if we have a good awareness, then we have a good consensus, and then we have a good action. A multi-sectoral partnership, not only your department, but many other departments. So that's the reason I'm hoping College of Public Health can work with the College of Medicine, Nursing, any other department together, pharmacists. And it's a shared decision making, right? When you have a common ground to work together, you see it's important for everybody to make the decision and manage misinformation, which been mentioned. And the last one is lead to easy and practice action. Easy and practical. We don't want to make things too complicated. Make it easy. Make people like it. People follow up. People addicted to protect our environment and climate change. And that will be our next important challenge and our work to do. Thank you so much for your attention.